Here's another podcast from the Pod Bros Network.
What is happening to all you Van Dammers out there from the Van Dam Nation? It is Jeff and John in studio, your favorite Van Dam podcast, the Jean Pod Van Dam Cast. And today we are taking on the Expendables, this 2010 rated R 1 hour and 43-minute action-adventure thriller in which a CIA operative hires a team of mercenaries to eliminate a Latin dictator and a renegade CIA agent. That sums it up.
Yep, tale as old as time.
Yep. Director was Sylvester Stallone. Writers David Callahan, Sylvester Stallone, and others.
I forgot Sylvester Stallone fucking directed it.
Yeah, dude, he did. He directed it, man.
Sly Stallone, baby.
Yep. A man, a jack of all trades.
He is.
Is there actually no tagline for this? I do not see a tagline.
There had to have been. I remember.
Oh, there is. Okay. Choose your weapon.
That is not a very good tagline.
That's not a good tagline.
I guess I get where they're going for it because it has such a big cast.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what I was thinking too. User reviews: Sex in the City for men.
Well, we don't need to go any further. This guy's something.
You know what? Yeah, man. Yeah. Really, I don't know how do you beat that?
You don't.
You don't exactly.
You just hang it up.
Yep. Sometimes you think you're gonna say something funny, and then someone just out funnies you.
Some asshole on
Some asshole on IMDb. Yep.
From like when just after it came out.
Yep, exactly. It was 2010, and that was still the review that everyone loves. That's amazing. So yeah, Sylvester Stallone plays Barney Ross. Jason Statham plays Lee Christmas. Jet Li plays Yin Yang. Dolph Lundgren plays Gunnar Jensen. Eric Roberts plays James Monroe. Randy Couture plays Toll Road. Steve Austin plays Payne. David Zayas plays General Garza. Giselle Itty plays Sandra. Charisma Carpenter plays Lacey. Gary Daniels plays the Brit. Terry Crews is Hail Caesar. Mickey Rourke is Tool. And Hank Amos plays Paul. The rest of them are just like goons and hostages and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, some of these familiar faces, we've kind of already gone through the list for the Expendables 2 when we mentioned it. So you guys know Eric Roberts, who plays the bad guy, the main bad guy.
It's Julia Roberts' brother, right?
Oh, I think you're right, man. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure. And I know Emma Roberts is. I don't know if that's if she's his kid. I can't remember now.
Oh, let's see. They have one child. He is an actor known for The Dark Knight, Runaway Train, and Grey's Anatomy. He has been married to Eliza Roberts since '92. They have one child. So I don't know if that's.
I doubt it. They probably would have mentioned it.
Yeah, they would have mentioned it. Yeah. So
he's also he's in Sharktopus.
Is he?
Yeah, he was the evil mastermind behind the Sharktopus.
Oh, no way. Gosh, I haven't watched Sharktopus in a while. This is the second. I just talked with Dan about Sharktopus, actually.
I gave Dan Sharktopus fever.
Yeah, man.
There's no cure.
There's no cure for it. Steve Austin, you know him as Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't think I need to say anything else. But if so, The Condemned, The Longest Yard remake, Tactical Force.
You know, it's not the films that he's most known for or most loved for.
Yep, exactly. David Zayas was in Dexter, actually, as Sergeant Angel Batista.
Angel Batista.
Yep. That's right. I loved him in Dexter.
Oh, yeah. He was probably my favorite character.
Yeah, man. He was also in Skyline as Oliver. 16 Blocks as Robert Torres. Blue Bloods as the governor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Chicago PD as Carlos Mendoza.
Blue Bloods is like that my grandparents' show,
Yep,
right?
that's stuff my grandparents watch cast or my parents watch cast. Tom Selleck and Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh, man.
Quantico is Charlie. 7 Seconds is Medina. He's done a lot. I've seen him in some other stuff, too, that I was like, oh, no way. I get excited. Oh, he was a voice in Teen Titans The Judas Contract as Alberto Reyes.
Oh, I forgot about that. He's a good actor, I feel.
Yeah, man. I like him. A lot.
It was nice seeing him in this movie because he got to give a speech in Spanish.
Yeah. So, Giselle, I don't know really how to say her last name. Itea. She was Sandra. On the Road is Tanya. That's kind of it. The rest of this are very all Spanish movies. And I don't know.
Spanish.
Very Spanish because it's Spanish in the subtitles. So
It's pretty Spanish.
that's, very as Spanish as it can be. Charisma Carpenter, who played Lacey, she is an angel as Cordelia Chase.
Is she the love interest of Jason Statham?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. She was in Buffy as Cordelia as well. The Griddle House, Mail Order Monster, Criminal Minds Beyond Borders.
Mail
as
Order
David Yates.
Monster.
Yeah. Lucifer, My Mom Robs Banks. That's
Is that
awesome.
a sequel to Stop or My Mother Will
I
Shoot?
hope so, man. I hope. Let's see.
We should
When
do
a teenage girl discovers her own mother is behind the recent rash of nearby bank robberies, she's determined to help her come clean.
Quick side note: we should do a podcast where we review every movie where the cast of the Golden Girls has played a part. Yeah.
All right. Looks like Cage Cast is on hold.
Because we got Stop or My Mother Will Shoot, like Lake Placid.
Yes.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
There's
my
a bunch of
gosh.
movies that B. Arthur was in.
Yeah, seriously. The Star Wars Christmas holiday special.
Yes.
Yes. Our Queer Eye for the Van Damme guy crossover episode.
I'd watch that.
Go to patreon.com/podbros.
Yep,
It'll be another exclusive on the Van Damme cast here.
Now we have to do it.
I know, right? I kind of.
This will be the one where it'll be our last episode.
It is. It's our last episode.
Immediate cease and desist.
Also, if you do your shopping on Amazon, use our link. Just go to podbros.com. You don't have to scroll down anymore. It's right there. You just hit that button. Doesn't cost you anything. Also, TeePublic for our t-shirts. te.pub/lic/podbros.
Man.
It's getting to be the holidays. You want to get them a sweet, sweet shirt from the Podbros Network. So, yeah, I guess getting into it now. We open up. Motorcycles pulling into some building. It's a full moon. We're at the Gulf of Aden in Somalia. Guys appear to be on a boat. Some people are being held hostages, and they're being taken somewhere. Things are getting pretty rough. Next, we see a terrorist video happening. The leader is about to kill a dude when all of a sudden a bunch of laser sights jump on him, and he's moving around. They're like following him in every direction.
It's not how I would have reacted.
No, not at all.
Oh, wow.
He's basically like, we have the 3 million for you. He's like, no, I want 5. And they're like, oh, pirates. And then Dolph Lundgren blows the dude away. He literally blows him in half, and he's like, "Oops, hit a little too low."
Dolph Lundgren was such a treat in this film.
Oh, dude, seriously. Then the rest of the pirates all get shot up. A handful are still alive. One guy says he's going to kill the hostages as Christmas and Barney are about to determine what is faster, a knife or a gun. Gunner decides he wants to hang a pirate, and they're like, "We don't do that, Gunner." And then all of a sudden, Gunner, Lundgren and Jet Li Yang are fighting each other until Barney has the gun to Gunner's head, and he lets Yang go. We're on their plane now. Gunner is tied up. Christmas comes by, cuts off the zip ties, hands Gunner his knife, and he tells him to keep it. It's a gigantic fucking knife. Yeah,
it's a huge fucking like sword-sized Bowie knife.
Yeah, dude.
Bowie knife?
Yeah. And
Bowie knife.
Booerns.
Booerns.
And he's like, you appreciate a good blade.
You really realize how fucking gigantic of a man Dolph is.
Dolph
when you
is
see him,
huge.
around. Yeah.
He
hasn't gotten any shorter. I swear he's gotten taller.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. The Earth affects gravity has not hurt him one bit. He's kind of like Goku, man.
It only makes him stronger.
Christmas is now at his girl's house, Lacey. He has some bubbly and a ruby ring.
This whole subplot I could have just done without.
I think that was the funny. That's always everyone's gripe about the first Expendables. They're like, it makes no sense.
Totally pointless.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a shit about Jason Statham and his girl problems?
Yep.
They could have easily just made one-liners about it, and that could have been the entirety
and that could have been
of
it.
Yeah.
Yep. All of a sudden, there's another guy in the house, and his heart's broken. And he jumps back on his crotch rocket and drives off, and she stands outside staring at him. We're at the tattoo shop now. Barney bumps into Mickey Rourke, who's Tool, with a girl. He's like, snapping his fingers. Help me out, sweetheart. Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, Cherokee,
Cherokee.
Iroquois.
Yep. He tells them that they had to get rid of Gunner. He's finishing up the tattoo on Barney's back as they talk. Next, we're at the island of Valena. Some dictator is talking with 3 guys on their knees. He's about to shoot when some guy in a suit shows up and shoots instead. He was stealing from us. Both of us. And then the dictator finishes off the other 2. Next, we're in a church with Mr. Church. And then we're waiting for one more guy. Trip Mouse, a.k.a. Arnold Schwarzenegger. You guys aren't going to start sucking each other's dicks, are you? It was a great, hilarious back and forth between all 3 of them. This was like basically right when Arnie just finished up his governorship.
Yep.
And
his amazingly successful governorship.
Yeah. We got the funny one-liner. Oh, don't worry about him. He just wants to be president. It's like, ooh. Looks like they're going to take the job. Gunner shows up at the garage saying he's still good. You're still using. I can't trust you. You can't trust me? Uh-oh. Gunner tells him to be careful. You threatening me, Gunner? No, I'm a nice guy. It's kind of my coach voice, too. Like,
your Patrick Star
Patrick,
voice.
Yep. M-O-O-N. The guys are all talking. There's a hilarious talk about Randy Couture's ear.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't easy being green. Gets thrown around. Next up, they're flying in as Gunner and Christmas talk about the girl he lost. They're wearing the universal undercover disguise, a cap. They're just missing the sunglasses. They're telling the guys there that they need to help out the animals. Things are looking anxious. The one guy's
These gigantic middle-aged men are...
Yeah. The one's like, you look nervous. Christmas looks at Barney. He's like, nervous? Am I nervous? He's like, you look a little flushed, or he's like pale or something. And he stamps their passports. We get an overview of the town. The horn of a vehicle sounds as military come into the area and start messing stuff up, moving a truck out of the way. They take a couple pictures of everyone there of the military group, and they take off. And then a beautiful woman walks into a store that they're waiting at and grabs their attention. She is their contact. She tells them all about what happened in Valena, how some Americans came with money and things started to change. The American businessman and dictator are in a field. Nothing is growing. Things are getting tense. It's their cocaine plants. Nothing's happening. Christmas gets out of the vehicle and decides to take the scenic route. Barney and the woman are standing outside of the truck by a military zone. He's looking around. She asks him what he's looking for. He wants to know how she got involved with all of this. All of a sudden, a group of military guys show up. She tells him not to say anything. She'll talk. And then we find out she's the general's daughter. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Christmas comes in and knifes the dude in the ear. Takes out a ton more. Barney takes some dudes out. One guy has her. Christmas knifes him in the back. Another dude pops out of the driver's door, and Barney guns him over Christmas's head. You could have killed me. You're welcome. They're being chased now. Pretty crazy chase scene. When Christmas and the woman get out and go to the plane, Barney hides. She won't go with Christmas because she belongs there. Christmas starts the plane up and starts to take off. Barney takes out the dudes from earlier, and he's like, nervous, and then shoots the dude. And he runs towards the dock, jumps onto the plane as it's taking off. He gets there in the nick of time. They take off while being shot at. The Americans look pissed. Barney decides to fly back, and Christmas goes down to the gun, and then they start lighting up the dock. Everyone is just getting shot up.
It's like, there's like a fucking gun in the nose of the airplane, or like he has like put on goggles.
Dude, it's very
very
Rise of the Valkyries.
It's pretty fantastic.
Oh, dude, it was. Barney releases some fuel, and Christmas shoots a flare, and it blows up the whole dock. We're back to the American and the general. The American is pissed. Here comes Gunner. He's ranting out his team. Stone Cold and Gunner pull guns on each other. The American tells them to back off. We find out that Church works for the CIA, and the American actually used to work for him as well, so they hired him to kill him. Christmas goes back to the house with the girl, Lacey. Her face is beaten. He asks, where is he? And the dude's playing basketball on the court. What do you want? Your life. I was thinking about taking it. Christmas beats the shit out of all the guys on the court. They're like, you better not fucking come over here. We'll kick his ass. And he easily destroys everyone. He then slams the basketball into the guy's chest and stabs a knife into it. He's like,
the basketball.
Yeah.
Not his chest.
Not his chest. And he says something like, "Next time, I'll cut a different pair of balls off." And then he goes over to Lacey.
This part.
"Now you know what I do for a living." And then she hops back on the bike and they take off. Like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. All right, just don't kill me.
Yeah, seriously. Did I trade one abuser for another? Back at Valena, people are running around scared, being gathered up. The military is beating people. Tool is doing some painting on a guitar when Barney shows up. They have a bit of a heart-to-heart, talking about old times. Talks about a life he could have saved but didn't. Barney leaves with Tool with tears in his eyes. The general's daughter has been caught. He talks about how Steve Austin will hit her. That
part, I was just like...
He's like, "I was told throughout my life not to hit women, blah, blah, blah. But he does not share the same."
I remember people in the theater just busting out laughing at that part.
Yeah.
And for the audience at home who doesn't know, Stone Cold Steve Austin has an illustrious career in repeated domestic abuse charges with multiple women.
Yep.
Great wrestler, though.
Yeah, great wrestler. Man. Don't
marry him and talk back to him.
Yeah, when he's drunk.
Or on steroids.
Hey, separate the art from the artist.
That's right.
Yeah.
When are we bringing Chris Benoit to the Hall of Fame already? Am I right? I mean, it doesn't overshadow his accomplishments in the ring, does it?
Oh, man.
There's people that unironically say that.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Anyways.
Yep. Whew. So she yells at her dad. Steve Austin hits her and takes her away to the interrogation room where they waterboard her. "What did the Americans tell you? What are they after?" She doesn't talk. She gets waterboarded again. Have you ever been waterboarded or done it accidentally to yourself? Ever been in that situation?
Not to myself.
You've waterboarded someone?
Yeah. No, I've accidentally had water shoot up my nose.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So one time in the shower, I put like the washcloth on my face. I didn't realize I turned into the water, and I totally waterboarded myself. And I immediately started coughing and spewing and going, "Oh my God, now I know how it feels." And that was just a shower.
Wasn't it Man Cow who did like a waterboarding challenge where he was like, "Oh, it doesn't. I bet it's not that bad."
Yeah.
And then he immediately just quit.
Like, oh my God, yeah, yeah. Someone else did it. I think another conservative talk host or something did it, and it was just like, oh my God, never.
It sucks.
Again.
I'm renouncing my Iraqi citizenship. Just remember, folks, I mean, there's other ways. You could shove ice cubes into your butthole, or there's lots of torture methods that don't leave a mark.
That's right. Hitting people in the armpits instead.
Yeah, or putting a phone book over their face and then punching them.
And then punching it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Just establish a safe word and everything's hunky-dory.
That's right. The guys are talking. Barney says he's going back. There's no guilt. This is my choice. Yang says he's going even if Barney said he was going alone. Gunner follows them with another guy. "My life is difficult. I need more money." And he talks about how he has to do everything twice as much as the other guys because he's smaller. They immediately get gunned down by some dudes. They shoot back, and Sly is like, "Get into the back." And he's like, "Why?" "Because you're smaller." And he's like, fuck.
This was probably my favorite scene in the movie.
Oh, dude, this was crazy.
And what a dream fight scene that comes up, too.
Oh, man. So Yang gets into the back of the pickup, starts shooting everyone. We see Gunner's there. We're getting a crazy chase. The guy with Gunner is screaming at him and says "You're dead, junkie." Gunner just goes...
He throws his head into the ground
and then starts
smashes his head with his boot.
Starts killing him.
And he calls him an insect.
An insect. "Shut up, you insect."
He had a big boot imprint on his face.
It was so hilarious.
Oh, so good.
We're in a warehouse now. Gunner slams into some stuff and flips his car. He gets out. Yang swings on a chain and kicks him. "What do you wear, size 3? Bring it, Happy Feet."
This fight scene is by far my favorite in the movie.
This fight, dude. It was great back and forth between the two.
He's fucking, 2 feet taller than Jet Li.
Dude. And then he's like, "My turn." And then just starts beating the shit out of him. Barney grabs a hidden gun from his truck. They keep fighting. Gunner is about to impale Yang on a broken pipe when Barney shoots him in the shoulder. you shot me. And he was like, I was just going to scare him. He's like, no, you weren't. Barney wants to know who sent him. Is the girl still alive? And we're led to believe Gunner died. The guys are all on a plane waiting. They fly out. The general is painting as the American walks past the military with some crazy face paint on their faces. The Expendables show up, said they have 20 minutes to take this place down. The general and the ex-CIA are talking. He tells him to ring his daughter or he'll kill the dude. Go get her. And the guys now are planting C4 all over the place and taking out dudes left and right. Big time. 2 guys are with the daughter. Barney comes in, cuts one dude's hand off, and stabs the other in the throat. It was so violent. We should
establish at this point how horrible the blood in this movie is.
Yeah. The one downside of this movie is the terrible CGI blood.
Yeah, they don't use squibs. They just use really low quality CGI blood.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's actually takes away from the film.
It does. It really does. It does.
That's one of the only
downsides of this.
Yeah. I wish they'd remaster it with.
Yeah. Right. Actually,
decent CGI blood.
Yeah. Seriously. So they're running out when Stone Cold clotheslines Barney. The guys are starting to beat Barney as they take the girl. Are you a real tough guy? Look at me, you piece of trash. How many men you got? Just your mother. Austin hits him. He tells him he's going to die a slow death. Who sent you? Your hairdresser. Then the guys come down from the ceiling and take dudes out. Barney chases after Steve Austin and they fight. Jet Li fights the other bad guy. Randy Couture just taking dudes out. Now Christmas joins in. They axe kick the dude's head and snap his neck. It was so gross.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Austin just tackles Barney and sends him flying into some bricks. They're like, what are you doing, Barney? Get my ass kicked. Caesar comes out of nowhere and fucks some shit up. Like, that's just the best way. He's like, boom, 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 boom. Dude's just exploding.
AA-12 automatic shotgun.
Dude.
It's cool.
Man.
It's a real thing, too.
I want to shoot that thing.
Oh, I know. You can, but it's extremely expensive.
Oh, I bet. It's worth it, though, right?
We'll plan a trip.
Maybe patreon.com/podbros. People will help us out so that we can live our dreams.
We could have a GoFundMe.
Going, to Las Vegas and shooting that fucking gun.
Hell yeah.
Steve Austin sees this and runs. The general starts talking about how the Americans want to destroy their country. We will kill these American disease.
Yes. Forgive me. Yeah. Forgive me for being human. He had a great speech.
He did, man. He did.
Being human.
Yep. The CIA agent shoots him from behind. The military just start lighting the place up. Austin, the CIA agent, and the daughter end up running off. Barney blows the place up. This causes all the soldiers to run and scatter. Grenades, explosions, gunfire. It's everything that you want in a film.
Hell yeah.
Caesar taking out a whole tower. And then another one. And then the copter is ready. Jet Li jumps over a river of fuel and throws a grenade in it, causing a huge fire explosion. Randy and Stone Cold start fighting now. Barney laying dudes out. Randy lights Stone Cold on fire and then delivers the knockout punch.
No.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, that was great. Set him on fire and punched him.
And punched him, yep, to knock him out.
With a Superman punch,
With Superman, yep, Superman punch.
He didn't cock it, though.
No, he didn't. Caesar throws a fucking missile in the air, and Barney blows it up, taking the helicopter out. There's no way of escape for the CIA agent now. Barney chases after him as Caesar blows up the place. The agent says to drop it or he'll put a bullet through her eye, and he shoots Barney and said, "Shut up or I'll kill you." They wanted me out because I saw the big picture. Why did you come after me? I didn't come after you, dipshit. I came after her. And then he shoots him up, and Christmas sends Gunner's gigantic knife through his chest.
Yes, in the most terrible CGI effect I've seen in a modern film.
Yeah, that was bad. She asks Barney if he'll come back. I promise I'll always be around. They hug, and he takes off.
Never to be seen again.
Yep. Truthfully, I never really thought she was your type. And then they do the forearm bump and take off. Back at the tattoo parlor, Christmas and Tool are throwing knives. Gunner is alive!
Yay, he just has a bandaged up shoulder.
Well, Dolph Lundgren, I could see that. Any other human would be like still in a hospital bed.
Yeah, I'd see like a bullet just getting embedded into the second layer of his skin.
What's this? Oh, plucks it out.
Insect.
Yank says he forgives him. I would have won.
I would have win. Yeah, I know you would have win.
Yeah, that's right.
Some good old fashioned racism.
Yeah, some friendly. That's Friendship racism. Christmas starts doing a limerick for Tool. Good with a knife, bad with a wife. And then he walks out on the street and launches the knife into the bullseye. The end. The credits roll and the guys get on their bikes and start riding off. And that's the Expendables. So my first thoughts, I want to ask you, when this was first announced, immediately I was hearing all these names, and immediately it was like, I hope Van Damme's in this. I hope Van Damme's in this. I was really bummed that he wasn't. I was like, damn. And then I heard
Van Damme.
I was Van Dammed.
Van Damme it.
And I found out something like, I think Van Damme was shooting something else, and I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean you're shooting one of your direct-to-video movies?
Well,
you could have done this.
Kudos to him for,
Yeah, he stuck with his
obligation
contract.
Yeah,
Exactly. And then I also thought he was playing it smart. Like, he's like, I know I come back. He knew he wanted to play the bad guy so he'd get more screen time.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it worked out. He
did
a great bad guy.
Pretty much only Sly and Jason Statham get a decent amount of screen time.
Yeah, right. And this, and sure enough, that's exactly what you think.
Like in the second one, Dolph Lundgren has, 10 minutes?
Yeah, maybe.
If that.
Yeah.
Only a couple lines. They give him one scene. Made me sad. I definitely liked the first one the most, even though Van Damme was in the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so tough. Rewatching them, as weird as it sounds, even though they're in the same trilogy, it's almost like they're so different from one another.
Yeah,
like the first one's
different.
Yeah, first one's, hey, we gotta basically overthrow this government, and then the second one was, it's this other pretty much mercenary group.
Yeah.
And they're fucking shit up. And
I didn't watch the third one.
Oh God! Wait, well, we're gonna review it. Just wait.
I like how your reaction was, oh God.
And then I forgot. I was like, oh, should I edit that? Yeah, watch the PG-13.
It's so good.
It's so. Oh God,
that was my big thing. It was
PG-13.
PG-13.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, you can tell.
I mean, like, it sucks because like Harrison Ford's in it. I hear for all of a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes is in it. Like, these movies have the coolest cast.
I know, dude.
But that's what I love about the first one. The first one, I felt they really did it right. It was just such a big love letter to the dinosaur
definitely.
Action film.
You know,
like the giant muscle-bound, one-liner throwing, fucking explosion fest and murder fest.
Yep. Oh, yeah, definitely, man.
And it was just unapologetic fan service the entire way through. Like, they knew exactly what they were going for from start to finish, and they nailed it.
Yeah, definitely. What would you, on the split scale, before we get into anything else, since we're already just talking about, what would you give it on your split scale?
I mean, there are detractions? Is that a word? Things that detract from the film.
Detractions?
Yeah,
whatever.
detractors, yeah. Detractor beams. But the CGI blood was horrible.
Yeah.
The bizarre subplot with Jason Statham and his girlfriend.
Yeah, man.
And then they end up not together. I'm like, I don't give a shit. But besides that, I love this movie. I remember cheering and clapping and being really happy.
Oh yeah, me too.
Watching it in theaters.
Yeah.
I'd probably give it a 9. I love this movie to death.
Oh yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. Definite 9.
I mean, just the cast alone, it's the greatest cast I've ever seen in a film.
Yeah. I seriously, I have this in my DVD, Blu-ray. Actually, I have it on Blu-ray. That's how much I love it.
Superior format.
Yeah, I have this and the second one. Now I have to get the third one. I might have the third one.
Do they have an R-rated cut?
No, I don't think so.
Now with 3 times the amount of CGI
but I think
blood.
There's a triple pack or something like that, and I think they say director's cut on it, but it's bullshit.
Yeah,
it's like,
one or two scenes.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, I love this movie, absolutely love it. And
all I needed was Van Damme.
Yeah.
Although I prefer, like you said, I think it's better having him in the second one as the main villain.
Yeah.
Unless they could have made him the main villain in this one.
I know,
but
right?
I don't know. I mean, they could have made it work. He's done everything, and he's played every inconceivable role ever.
Yeah, seriously,
as an actor.
Yeah.
Where they just
could you imagine him as the dictator?
Oh, I would have. Oh, that would have been even better. This random they could have painted an Eastern European.
Yeah, seriously, just put another trope on it.
75% of his films are in Eastern Europe, and his later films, anyways.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, this is a must-watch for any action fan.
Oh, for real. It really is. And, like, if you haven't seen it yet, it kind of blows my mind that you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
The first one really... I don't know what the box office was. I guess I should have done my research.
Nah.
The third one might have actually gotten the most money.
Probably because it was PG-13.
But because it was in... Yeah, that's exactly it.
That sucks.
But it's also kind of like...
Another thing, like Sly Stallone, you can like easily tell he directed it because this movie really reminded me of a Stallone action movie like Cobra.
Yeah.
It was definitely in the vein, very similar.
Yeah, let's see. The Expendables franchise box office history. Okay, the budget for the first one was $82 million, and the budget for 2 and 3 were $100 million.
Ooh.
Opening weekend, the first one made the most with close to $35 million. The second one made $29 million, pretty much, and the third one made $16 million.
Yeah, that sucks. But it makes sense.
The box office worldwide. Okay, this surprises me, actually.
I bet it did well in China.
The first one pretty much 268 million worldwide. The second one 311 million, close to 312 pretty much.
Van Damme pull.
Yep, and then the third one 209 million.
Wow.
So it really is.
The first, yeah.
You can't really argue. It was the Van Damme pull.
Well, I mean, he's really popular.
He is really popular in Europe
and the
Asia.
Middle East and Asia.
Yeah, they love him over there. So
like that Van Damme group I'm in, it's almost all.
It is, dude. I know it is. It's so much so. Okay, I did not mean to get off topic on this because they're probably also some of our listeners, which we truly appreciate. Thank you very much.
They're like the biggest fans.
Yeah, they totally are. It's so much so that it's like some of the stuff that we see in it. Like, I mean, I don't know if I'm a Van Damme fan. There's nothing. I know some of the stuff that I
like. You're an even bigger fan than I am, and I'm a big fan.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of irony. It's kind of ironic with some of it, but it's also
they're
not
diehard.
really. They are. I mean,
100%.
You sent me someone's photos of photoshopping Van Damme faces into beach scenes
and like waterfalls
and stuff, and that was serious. It wasn't like that's a joke.
No, it wasn't
like
ironic.
It wasn't. I
sent it to you ironically.
Yeah,
because I'm a dick, but
well, I mean that's partially. I don't know if that's making fun of us ourselves or what. I don't know.
But we both loved it too.
I know that's the thing. That's the thing. We loved it, and I don't know at what point did I love it. I can't say that I'm better than any other Van Damme fan. I mean, I gonna post photos of him and his family? No, like I that stuff. I'm just kind of like, all right, guys.
I mean, that's really devotion right there.
I do say this though. It's not like in these groups people just post photos of like his daughter or anything, or like, oh, look how hot she is. They're actually pretty respectable.
Yeah,
like, it's kind of crazy.
His daughter is very attractive.
She is. Yeah, she's gorgeous. Yeah, she is.
Beautiful young woman.
Yeah, and you don't see that. Like you see it. Like people are very respectful. They're just like, hey, this is Van Damme.
No, that group's great. That group's I just love the posts.
It's very
in that group.
innocent. It's very innocent.
It really is. It's almost like, wow, these guys. I don't know. I feel like, we should protect them.
I know. It's like this lost tribe that you don't want the rest of the world to get into contact with.
Exactly.
It's like, please don't.
They're
don't meme these guys, please.
They're gonna die of like herpes or something because they have no immunity to it.
So gonna shake their hand and then measles spreads everywhere.
Exactly.
Take out all the Van Damme.
No pox
fans.
blankets for the Van Damme fans abroad.
I on Instagram, sometimes when you search on Instagram, just like hitting search, you see all the stuff that your friends like. And somehow, some way, I've gotten Sylvester Stallone groups that are like the Van Damme groups that we see.
Yeah.
It's very similar, man. Very similar.
That's awesome.
It's like crazy. I did not realize how big these guys are outside of the States, man.
Well, I mean, they're just so much larger than life.
They are. They're larger than life.
Maniac
well, that was
catch a maniac.
Yeah. The last Rambo.
Oh, dude.
They were using that actually as an inspiration for war.
Really?
Like, like the guys who were pumped. The guys were pumped about it. They're like bootleg copies because it was illegal over there to own or to watch.
Oh, how wild!
And they were saying, like a lot of the guys were getting pumped watching it. It like pumped. It got them psyched.
That is insane. It's because the whole movie was an anti-war message.
It was, yeah.
It was about ending the war in Myanmar, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All the persecution.
And so it was crazy. But yeah, let's not get all political here. This is the Van Damme cast. Let's check out some trivia. There is a ton of trivia for this. Sylvester Stallone sustained 14 injuries making this movie, including breaking a tooth, rupturing his ankle, and getting a hairline fracture in his neck that required the surgical insertion of a metal plate. He also had bronchitis and shingles during the shoot.
Holy shit,
man.
What a tough bastard.
Mickey Rourke said he did this film as a favor to Sylvester Stallone, who years earlier, when Rourke was in a career slump, offered him a major role in Get Carter and helped to pay part of Rourke's salary himself. Oh, wow.
Wow, what a nice guy.
Yeah, man. You know, because that was another thing I wanted to mention, too. Rourke declined to do any more of these.
Which is a shame.
Yeah. He just did this one. I thought he brought a lot to it for just being he's like the retired one out of the bunch.
Uh-huh.
And he basically, I don't know, he brought something different to it. And it was kind of sad that he wasn't in the other ones.
Yeah, I know.
That he declined to do them. That reminds me as well, I didn't think about it, but there's the Expendables prequel comic book.
Oh,
I just reread it not too long ago.
How
actually.
is it?
It's not bad. It's
a comic book adaptation. Yeah,
it's before it's to introduce these guys to you. So everyone looks like their character pretty much, except for Randy Couture's character. He looks like Tool, except you can't decipher which one's Tool and which one's Toll Road.
Casting.
It's so crazy. Yeah, it's because they didn't know who was going to be cast as him. So he has the same long hair, and so half the time you're thinking Tool's in the group with them, and this is Tool's last run, but it's not. Tool's still back in the place, and these guys are trying to come and blow it up, and it's crazy. Maybe we should review that.
I'm down.
Give you the book, and we can do the comic book prequel to the Expendables. In the audio commentary, Sylvester Stallone reveals that in the final battle, Steve Austin almost lost his leg due to an explosion that went off next to his foot. What saved him was the bag he was holding took the bulk of the blast. The bag acted as a shield when the explosion happened. Wow. Sylvester Stallone states on the commentary that Trish's line, "You guys aren't going to start sucking each other's dicks, are you?" was ad-libbed by Bruce Willis. He at first had reservations about the line, but decided to keep it in the movie. Mickey Rourke split filming his scenes with his appearance in Iron Man 2. He was only available for 48 hours.
Oh, wow.
Wesley Snipes was offered the role of Hail Caesar, but couldn't accept because due to his tax problems, he wasn't allowed to leave the United States without the court's approval. Aww. The role was taken by Forrest Whitaker and rewritten for Whitaker, but he was forced to leave the film due to a scheduling conflict.
Oh, man, that would have been awesome. I mean, I love Terry Crews.
Oh, yeah, me too, man.
But I love Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah. The role was then offered to rapper 50 Cent, who turned the role down to focus on his music career. After a few days, Sylvester Stallone decided to cast former NFL player Terry Crews in the part. In 2014, after finishing his prison sentence, Snipes ended up appearing in The Expendables 3.
Hell yeah.
This is the first time that Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Bruce Willis have appeared in a film together, in any combination. The three action megastars are longtime friends, even working together with Willis's ex-wife Demi Moore as an original venture capitalist and promoters for the Planet Hollywood restaurant and casino chain.
That was not very successful.
Nope, not at all.
Get a hamburger with predator braids on it. I stole that line from Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Sylvester Stallone's character is named after Barney Ross, a world welterweight boxing champion who joined the United States Marines and was awarded the Silver Star and Purple Heart for his actions at Guadalcanal.
Wow.
Didn't know that.
I knew that name was familiar.
The film marks Arnold Schwarzenegger's first film in 5 years. He was last appeared in The Kid and I. Schwarzenegger did his cameo for free. The church scene, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character says that Mr. Church should give the job to Ross because he loves running through the jungle, an obvious reference to the Rainbow franchise. Plans for a sequel were already planned 7 months before the debut in the theaters. Jean-Claude Van Damme was offered a role, but he turned it down, claiming that there was no substance in the character. Rumor has it that Dolph Lundgren replaced him, but actually the part of Scandinavian Gunnar Jensen was written by Sylvester Stallone with Lundgren in mind. Van Damme appears in Expendables 2.
I wonder what part he had then.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm wondering. Yang.
I woulda win.
The opening sequence with the attack on the pirates was shot on a real Russian freighter.
It was shot on a real pirate ship.
Yep. While authentic, this proved to be a very difficult experience due to cramped conditions and overbearing heat.
Wow.
The first Sylvester Stallone film that he starred in since Rocky IV, Also with Dolph Lundgren to gross $100 million in the U.S.
Wow.
This is the first film that Sylvester Stallone has directed since Staying Alive that doesn't involve his characters John Rambo or Rocky Balboa.
Holy shit.
Jason Statham liked the motorcycle he rode in the film so much he bought one in real life. This could have been Brittany Murphy's final film. However, Sylvester Stallone cut her character from the script before anything was filmed.
That is terribly sad.
Yeah.
That's the most depressing
Seriously.
movie fact I've heard in a long time. Rest in peace, Brittany Murphy.
Yeah, man.
She was too pure for this world.
Oh, I know. She was.
Loved her in Sin City.
The role of Mr. Church, the man who hires the Expendables, was very difficult to cast. It was initially offered to Arnold Schwarzenegger, who declined in favor of a smaller cameo due to his political career.
Yeah.
The role was then offered to Kurt Russell, who declined as he was not interested in ensemble acting at the moment. Sylvester Stallone spent several months after principal photography determined to find a big action name for the part. The role was finally taken by Stallone's friend and fellow former Planet Hollywood co-owner Bruce Willis, who was busy filming Cop Out at the time. Cop Out.
Oh. Wait, is that quite the guy moment?
Oh, man. Finish each other's
sandwiches. Holy shit.
Oh, man. That's the end of John Pod Van Dam Cast. Can't get better than that.
Oh, wow. I'm a little frightened right now.
A little aroused, a little frightened.
That's the way I like it.
Oh, man.
Oh, you got to get a snippet of that set aside.
Oh, I'm crying, man.
This is good. We have been podcasting together
Yep,
for a long time.
Yep, for a long time. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to end that right there.
Yeah, might as well.
No use in doing trivia. I'm not going to do quotes. That's the end of it. That was beautiful. Thank you all for listening to that. That was...
That's it.
Great.
We
That's
peaked.
It. Yeah, we peaked. Yep. Oh, man.
Just achieved hive mind.
Yeah, we have. We hit hive mind status. That's exactly it.
Achievement unlocked.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm John.
And I am Jeff.
You've been listening to another episode of the Jean Pod Van Dam Cast.